Everybody's present and correct in here, so 25 little guineas, quite happy. Thank heavens for that. All happy. Brilliant, super. These little people in here. Little wussy turkey there, little wimpy turkey, whatever you want to call him, bless his little cotton knickers. He's okay, he's eating well. So, good old boiled egg to kick-start everything. Well, he's been kick-started 3 times, but doesn't matter. 3rd time, lucky, as they say, after being completely flattened by mother there. Bit of boiled egg, and away we go. So he's fine. Now we see what the state of play is in with old broken shoulder. We have an eggshell out in the middle of the stable. Don't quite know why that is. Last night, in the midst of the storm, there were 6 of her babies out running around. One of them wasn't even properly dry. But he decided he was going to come out and have a look to see what all the noise and the ruckus was about. She was preening herself quite merrily, so she was very content. It cooled down, I suppose about 15-20 degrees. I'm not going to touch her, old girl. Okay. But I know she's got 6 out. Whether they're still alive or not, who knows. They're chirping away in there. I'm not going to do anything with her until she decides she wants to come out. She looks quite tired, actually. I don't know why, but she's a lot cooler today. It's a lot more pleasant in here. So thank heavens for the storm last night. It rained a fair amount. Not enough for my liking, but it certainly cooled things down. So she'll be a lot more comfortable in there today while her other eggs attempt to hatch. They will probably have another 24 hours, the ones that were a bit retarded, to attempt to come out. Obviously I'll be checking her every 5-10 minutes during the course of today, and when she decides she wants to come out, or the babies decide they want to come out, if there's any eggs left, I'll do as I did with Maud. I'll just whip them out the nest, put them in the hatcher, and then candle them in there to see what's going on, see what's dead alive, what's hatching, what's not hatching, what's not viable, and leave it there and let them get on with it. But she's a lot happier today, as I know she's got 6 out. So that's brilliant. I can't actually remember how many eggs she was sitting on. I'll have to look at my videos to see how many eggs she was sitting on in the end. But there we are. That's our broken shoulder, doing very well. She's out. Left the nest. She was out earlier. I just looked over the door to see that she was out. I had a quick look in the nest. Took out the shells. She's got everyone out. No dead bodies, no whole eggs, no nothing. Perfect. She's laying there quiet. I'm just going to make sure. No, there's nothing. Perfect. Well, there we go. I'll go and get some food, and the baby some food. Chickens are all very fine and dandy for bedding, but it's much cleaner than hay and less complicated, but unfortunately it does tend to go into everything, into drinkers and into feed, and it's a little aggravating. But guineas are renowned for eating hay, and I have lost quite a few adult guineas. Adult, well, not quite adult, but nearly adult guineas, through bedding them on hay and pick up a piece with a seed head on it and chew at it and swallow it, but not realising that there's a whole long length attached to it, which once they've got it down into the crop and down the tube to the gizzard, it's almost impossible to get it out. Well, you can't get it out. So of course they starve to death no matter what you do. even if you pull out as much as you can and cut it off, so hopefully the rest will follow down. It doesn't seem to. It seems to get wrapped round and round and round and round and round, and they die. So hence that's why the chip-ins. But so they pick up on their feet and walk into the food, and it's put in the drinkers, and it's a pain in the neck, but this means I have to continuously go around getting it out of the feed and getting it out of the drinkers. But hey, rather that than dead guineas. Well, she's off the nest, as you can see, but she's not moving. Her baby's obviously told her that, hey mum, we're still cold, so how about it? Oh, we're moving. When these are 4 or 5 days old, or a week old, depending on how quick they sort of dry out and know about the ways of life, generally probably about 4 days, 4 or 5 days, I'll take some of Maud's smallest ones from her, 4 or 5 maybe, and give them to old Broken Shoulder here. That'll relieve Maud of a few, and give her a few more. I can't remember how many she's got. I don't know if it's 12 or 16 or 13. I don't know. I really don't know. Can't remember. I didn't count them when they were in the nest. I was too busy trying to get out the shells to make sure there was nothing in them. And without aggravating her too much, I say she wandered around for a few seconds, obviously looking for something to eat, but I didn't give her anything to eat because I didn't want her coming out of the nest prematurely, because I didn't know what the state of play was in there. But she realised I'd fed all the others and obviously came up, well, where's mine? But as it was, she knew obviously what was going on, and she knew she'd got them all out and there wasn't any unhatched eggs in there. But I was just quickly getting the opened shells out, so the babies had a bit more room and weren't rushing around on sharp eggshells, and she would have been more comfortable as well. And she went back quite quietly, although she did nearly squash one. I was down the other end of the yard and I heard its plaintive little calls. So I dashed back in, and she was looking to see what was going on, and she did have her foot on one of them, but not completely on it. She just had it on balanced over the top of it. So she obviously knew there was something wrong, because she was looking to see which one was squeaking, but she didn't realise that the one that was squeaking was actually under her foot. She couldn't see it. So I just very carefully lifted up her foot, and she balanced it up there while I scraped the babies out of the firing line and put them to one side, and then let her foot go down again, and then she snuckled down on them very quietly and gently. So she's fine. So she's got her feed there. Not that she'll eat that, she'll eat the egg, which will do her good because she needs the protein as well. She hasn't eaten for 3 days. So and the babes have got their egg there if and when they should want it. And there's a damn mouse. Oh my God, I don't believe it. They have got a death wish, these mice. Yes, you Scarper, you little devil. You dare eat my baby's feed. And of course Maud won't leave her babies and retaliate by eating the mouse, because she won't. She doesn't want anything to get too close to her, but she won't stop eating their food. She will when they're up and running. Don't see any mice in with Maud, or with the chickens, or with the pintards, or with the other turkeys. They just live in the stables next to, and when nobody's looking, come out and nick the feed. It really frustrates me. If it's not them, it's the damn sparrows coming down and eating everything. It really does get on my nerves, but I can't put poison down or anything, because number one, I don't like doing that, and number two, if the chickens or the pintards, guineas, or the turkeys find one that's ailing with poison, of course they will eat it. And that would be the end of them too, so no, that's not happening. I've got live traps all over the place. I was doing very well with them. I was catching 15, 20, 30 at a time. Then I would gas them, and that would be the end of that. But they've got wise to those now, the mice. I got rid of the rats that way. I thought rats were supposed to be more intelligent than mice, and they are more intelligent than mice, but I think these mice are pretty streetwise, and they know that it's not a good place to be. Alright, old girl, I'll leave you in peace. Yes, I will. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea now. It's very early in the morning, but it's heating up quite rapidly, so... The rain didn't really do much good last night. It's a shame. We have another mouse wandering around, literally by my feet. I don't believe this. Oh, he's gone. I moved. Alright, old girl. And what's going on down here? What's the matter? Has somebody got out? Has somebody run away? What? Oh, you've eaten all your dinner. Breakfast. Oh, okay, that's the problem, is it? Alright, I'll go get you some more. What about you renegades in here? What are you doing? Are you eating all yours? Oh, your mother's eating all yours. God, you're a messy hen. Jesus, you really are a messy hen. Where's my little one? There he is. Oh, he's okay. I would put chickens in here, but because hens scratch and scrape, they'll never have any water and they'd never have any food. It'd just be nothing but chickens, so I'm afraid she's a mess. I'll try and clean her out today. Right, let's get you your feed. Another one. Second breakfast. You're a load of hobbits, aren't you? You've got to have a second breakfast. And then the third. Maybe even a fourth. Yes. You're all doing fine, aren't you? Eh, my beauties? You're all doing absolutely fine. And you're doing very well too, Mouldy Maud. Just wish I could get you out, but not yet. They're not big enough. No, they're not. Even a bird your size isn't big enough to fight off a buzzard or a crow or a jay. No. And as they're escape artists, they'll be out the fence in no time and gone. Yeah. Or maybe not. That's when I hatch them. If I'm not around, they just go through the fence and go off a walkabout. No matter what sort of fencing I put up. Electric fence, nothing stops them. They want to go, they'll go. But not this small. And they're about, I don't know, 3 months old, 2-3 months old. But if they've got mum with them, then perhaps they won't be so ready to get through a fence and venture out into the big wide world to see if the grass is green on the other side. Yes, all right, I'm getting you your breakfast, your second breakfast. I'm spying on her through the bars. She's doing. You see one of them coming out just underneath her. They shouldn't really be, oh, for heaven's sake, they shouldn't really be hungry, but I think she is, poor girl. They're so incredibly cute when they're newly hatched. And another one, flopping out. We're going for a walkabout, Mummy. No, those are chippings. Don't eat chippings. I didn't scrape the chippings away from the front of her because I didn't want to disturb her too much. I wanted to kept my distance and put the food there, but of course I didn't want her stretching around to eat the food either and squish one of her babies in doing so. I'd say one of them wasn't even dry this morning. Oh, for heaven's sake. When I came out and it decided, not this morning, last night, decided it was going to come out in the midst of the storm and fall down the hay in the nest, and she had an absolute fit. She was squeaking away at it and telling it to get back, and it wasn't going to get back, so then she pecked it very gently and told it to get back in the nest again, and he sort of scrabbled up the hay and disappeared back underneath her, and he was still wet on his back. Oh, there goes one. She's told that one off. Don't peck his feet. Hey! Yes, their orange feet are a real problem. for each other, for every other bird, young, old or indifferent. Why on earth guinea fowls have been possessed with orange feet when they hatch, I really don't know, because they peck at their own feet and try and tear their own legs off and their own toes off thinking they're maggots or whatever. It's absolutely ridiculous. But there we are, that's Mother Nature for you. She obviously did it for a reason, I don't know why. Perhaps she didn't like guinea fowls and she wanted them all to eat each other's feet and exterminate the race, I don't know. Alright, I'm going to get off the floor now because I'm crippled. And stand up like a normal human being. Aren't you hungry, old girl? I took the corn away in the tin because I didn't want any complications of the little ones trying to jump in the tin and end up on their backs in it or something ridiculous. So, what are you doing? You're being jettisoned out. Or you're jettisoning yourselves out. They really are cocky little devils. When they're first out of the egg. Pecking away at mum's feathers and throwing themselves out into the open. They're hilarious. That's chippings. Do not eat chippings. Careful, go careful. Oh, she's obviously not interested in coming home to eat, so... Well, mum's right there. I'm not sure when the last one's hatched, probably late last night or first thing this morning maybe. I don't know who on earth that was flying. I don't know, that stupid damn hen. Don't think it would have been a turkey. I don't think it would have been a mould. I'll go look. Oh, she's quite content with her life. She's preening herself now. Well, she doesn't squish a baby in the process. It's alright. When you think the turkey poults about 3 times the size of guinea fowl when they hatch. And they're obviously still very delicate and would still squash very easily and still get very damaged, as Maud proved last year with her first hatch out. But I mean, considering the size of guinea fowls compared to turkeys when they're newly out of the egg, and she was sitting on 30 eggs. Last year she only hatched out 3 and I took the rest of the eggs and hatched them out myself because she left the nest. She did a poor as job because, I say, every single one had damaged toes. One was dead because it had its leg pulled clean off its sockets. And the other 3, one had virtually no toes left on one foot. The other one had, I think, 1 toe that was intact. The rest were damaged. She went around treading on them all. And I know it was her that was treading on them because I witnessed her treading on them. Killed one in the process of treading on it. Poor little thing died 3 days later. Even with intensive care from me, it made no difference. I couldn't save it. But this year she's squashed two as they hatched from the egg. But I don't think I can blame her for that. She squashed one roosting, that was squashed, and another one, I don't know. It all looked very peaceful. It was dead, but it looked very peaceful. It didn't look squashed, so I don't know what happened to that one. She may have just caught it wrong, or may have just laid on it, suffocated. I don't know. I really don't know. But, of course, the damage done to their toes and things might have been Morris, because he was in there. But then she was still damaging them even when Morris wasn't in there, so... But she's done extremely well with the guineas. This one appears to be doing very well too. And she's never had babies before. Leave their toes alone. No, leave their toes alone. Oh my, oh God. Leave their, oh dear. No. She might be telling them to get back in the nest. Or in the nest, get back underneath her. That may be the case, I suppose. That's her way of chastising them. Get hold of the feet and put them back under. Maud's communicating with Broken Shoulder. Broken Shoulder's making noises the same as obviously she made when her babies hatched, little baby noises. And she's responding to that. Interesting. That's your daughter, dear? Yeah. Yeah, your daughter's had baby guineas too. Yeah, she has. Not quite as many as you, but yeah. Yeah, that's a baby call. Yeah, this will be interesting, isn't it, to see how you respond, as you're the older turkey. When you hear her babies up there, wickering away like yours. Those guinea fowl certainly are extremely noisy things. From second one. She seems to be far more protective over her own right now than what she has done before. Perhaps she thinks that the other turkey mother might take her babies, I don't know, but she certainly seems to be very, are you all here, and I'm going to walk round and round and round, and I'm going to lay down and get you all underneath me just in case. She's not going to steal them, dear. No, she's not. I promise you, she's not going to steal your babies. You want a second breakfast too, do you, you lot? You all want a second breakfast too. Roosters, would you go and find something else to do? Yeah, okay, I'll get you a second breakfast as well. Yeah. I've given up trying to count these. As long as there's no dead bodies on the floor, then I assume there's still 25. I don't think she would have eaten any. Hey dear. Still not out. You come and have a feed, love. You're hungry before the mice eat it all. Still here, old Maud. No, don't peck. Must admit, I was quite concerned that with the mice all floating around in every stable as they do. And guineas aren't much bigger, and they're not too different in colour. Well, if one of these turkeys goes to attack a mouse because they think they're going to attack their babies, that they might attack their babies instead, thinking that they're mice. But hopefully that won't happen. It hasn't happened yet, touch wood. But so I think I'm going to go and buy about 50 traps and put them all where. So here we go, there's one there, just runs past me, he's disappeared into the bricks there. Just runs straight past me, not a care in the world. I can't believe it. Oh, there he comes again. Oh, there he goes again. There he is, running along there. Couldn't care less that I'm standing here. Damn things. And just trap them, I think. Put them in all the other stables and trap a lot.